Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Live Show, episode 351. As always, it is the nerds. You're going to hear this host of the show alongside our wonderful co host, Brad Young Yoda.
Sups up, everybody. Welcome to a wonderful Sunday night.
It's Sunday night, and you know what
Sunday,
that
Sunday, Sunday.
means. Yep, and you know what that means. We're here for our review of Shōgun episode 10 as we discuss the series finale of FX's Shōgun. But before we can get into any of that, Brad, what's up? How are you doing, bro?
Doing well, Raul. Doing well. Not a bad weekend. Brenda
Nope.
just made banana bread. It's pretty
Nice.
good.
Yeah.
So, and she made homemade spaghetti and I guess red sauce.
Yeah.
So homemade spaghetti yesterday. So that was good.
Homemade sauce too, or not?
Homemade sauce,
Nice.
homemade noodles. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
I think she's trying to fatten me so I can't run away.
Yeah. Something like that, right? Something like that. Oh man. Well, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing good.
I'm doing all right.
I had a
Not too bad.
fucking. Oh my god. I've had a week.
You, You've just been hanging out with family.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with my family, bro. Lots of fun. Lots of fun.
Did
But I
Eric
had a lot.
behave?
No, he fucking did not.
I know the answer to that.
He's like, what's it called? We break up. He gets to what's it called to my cousin's house today. And it's like, we're like, hey, how you doing, bro? Like, you hung over? And he goes, no. Whole drive, he's like falling asleep. Gets home and he's just like so tired, and he's like falling asleep on my grandma's in my grandma's house.
That man was hungover.
And he was like, bro, like you're hungover, bro. And he's like, no, I'm not. I'm good. I'm doing fine. Yeah.
I'm not hungover. I'm just really sleepy.
Yeah, he's like, nah, man. My dad was feeling it too. He was like, that's what happens when you guys do that tequila
I
shit,
mean,
bro.
that's that family reunion. That's going hard. I mean,
That's
I've
what
been there.
That's what happens when you do it with a tequila, bro. That's what y'all gonna get up to. So y'all gonna have to deal with it.
Tequila is no joke.
Yeah. So that's that happened. So yeah, what nothing else to it. But it was a lot of fun, man. I had a lot of fun with my family reunion. I'm really happy that we did it. I hope we do it again next year. It was a lot of fun. But it's time to get back to business,
Yeah, time to get back to Shogun.
Yeah, we have to get time to get back to
The
Shogun.
last episode.
You watch anything, Brad, while we've been gone? Because I know we haven't.
I watched I watched for tomorrow.
Zone of Interest. Yeah.
Zone of Interest, which that's going to be interesting review.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting one to talk about also.
Yeah. I watched that one. I watched that one in theaters, but I wasn't really a big fan of the way that it played in the theaters. So I'm gonna rewatch it.
I would think that'd be kind of eerie in theaters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the way it starts, Brad.
Well, the music, the way it starts, the music, the mid part with I'm not going to get into it. We'll get into the.
Yeah.
But the reviews you're reading before of some people, and it's just like you guys didn't understand any of this
shit about
you didn't even. I don't think they wanted to understand what was going on in that movie. And again, that's for tomorrow. I'm not going to get into it because I'll just say the movie's a worthwhile one to watch.
Yeah. Well, what's it called? That's all you got to watch for now?
I'm trying to remember if I watched anything else. I don't think I watched anything else.
Tokyo Vice is done, so you're done with that.
Yeah, Tokyo Vice is done. That's been done.
I'm guessing not a date movie.
No, I would say
unless you're dating like a really serious cinephile, then maybe, yeah.
I finished the Fallout series, so I did do that.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah, so I finished that.
That will be our review next Sunday, guys. I'm giving myself as much time as I can so I can watch that.
Yeah,
so next Sunday, that's great.
People are saying that's probably the best video game television series.
Actually,
they've
Sunday
seen.
Or Saturday. I think I put it for Sunday because Backlash is on Sunday, right? On Saturday?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Backlash is on. Backlash France is on the 4th, which is a Saturday. Yeah, it's a Saturday. So our review's on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Fallout, some people are saying, is the best video game or television series they've seen. I'm not going to discredit that. I thought it was pretty good.
I what's it called? I'm 2 episodes in, man. I like it. I
That spent money on it. I'll tell you that. And then it made me want to go back and play Fallout. So I got on Brenda's Xbox and I was looking up what free on the Game Pass, and they have Fallout 3 free on the Game Pass. So I've been
You
playing.
know what's crazy, Brad, is that sales for Fallout 4 went up
Yeah,
after the
well,
series. Like,
also if you have the Game Pass, you can buy the game on Xbox for like $15.
yeah. So it's like
But
it's
I didn't feel like like I've played Fallout 4. I have it, I think, for the PlayStation. I didn't
yeah,
really feel like buying it again for the Xbox, so I've
yeah,
been playing Fallout 3 for free.
yeah. Yeah. So it's freaking awesome, man. I'm glad that Fallout. Like that's what happens, bro. Like that's what happens when you do a good like series based on
Yeah,
the video games. It's gonna reflect on the game, and it's gonna
yeah.
end up
Well,
getting
and
sales.
it's nice to see them actually like try to get like you know they put like these little Easter eggs of the game in there that keeps people who have played the games
Yeah,
interested. And also they wanted, it's not like a story from any particular game. Like they have settings and they have these Easter eggs, but it's its own story,
yeah,
which is kind of nice. It's like, okay, I get to learn more lore about this world.
yeah. So I've been watching. I watched like mostly all this time was just watching stuff with my family. So like let's be honest, like it's not gonna be like the most profound stuff.
Yeah,
But I did start X-Men '97.
I tried. I got like 10 or 15 minutes into one episode, and I don't know. I was like,
Not today.
not today.
Yeah. Fallout 3 when Liam Neeson is only slightly disappointed in you for nuking the town.
Slightly, just slightly.
Slightly.
Actually, so when I originally played Fallout 3, I remember nuking the town. This time I went back and I did not nuke the town.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched X-Men '97. I got to 3 episodes in, but I'm pretty sure I need to rewatch them. I'm gonna be real honest. I gotta rewatch them.
Yeah.
I watched Strays, the dog movie. It's the movie. I watched an '80s film today with my family, but and then I finished up Shogun, Shogun. But yeah, a lot of stuff just watching with my family, and other than that, nothing much going on with that.
That's
But
Strays.
Strays,
It was a movie. Strays was a movie.
yeah, Strays has moments where it's like, okay, it has moments of being funny, and it has its moments where it's like, this is just too dumb. At least for it's just too dumb for me. Like
That's
it's
pretty bad because we've seen some
yeah,
pretty dumb movies.
it's like it's too dumb for my liking, and I like a little bit of dumb.
Well, there's dumb and then there's entertaining dumb. Like
Yeah, and this is just
the
like
like Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
just
That's
entertainment dumb.
entertaining dumb through and through.
Yeah.
And then there's some movies where it's just like, that's just fucking dumb.
It's fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb. And yeah, that's Strays. But at least I enjoyed the parts of it, and I was like, okay, it's fun. This stuff is pretty fun. Like, and I'll say this: I'm glad that it accomplishes what the whole plot is of the film. Like the whole goal of the film is to do a certain thing, and I'm glad that it completes that certain thing at the end.
Okay.
So yeah, at least it's a satisfying ending.
At least it had a beginning, middle, and end. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. But with that said, Brad, I think we should just do this thing, bro.
Oh wait. I did I watched the Roman Reigns A&E documentary.
Oh, you did? How was that?
I did watch that. That was good.
Yeah.
That was an interesting take. That was good. I did not know his older brother had passed away in 2017.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it seems like his older brother was a big determining factor for him and a lot of his life goals. So I guess we have him to thank for the tribal chief.
Yeah. A lot of yeah. I knew that. It was like I watched clips and he was like, yeah, and how much he was like really, really emotional listening to that voicemail of his brother. But yeah, great doc I've heard. I need to watch it. Yeah, Strays. It gave Kevin Hart another paycheck.
I mean, yeah.
Funny enough, it's not Kevin Hart in that film. It's fucking Jamie Foxx.
Actually, what's the other fucking movie with Kevin Hart? Because there's another one with that.
Oh, The Secret Life of Pets.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, they
Yeah.
got that's like everywhere at I think the Universal theme park. They
Yeah.
got a whole Secret Life of Pets
Yeah.
area.
Did you see? I don't know if you keep up with it like that, but did you see like Phase like drop the most of their like their fucking content roster?
I
Like,
mean, let's. I mean, actually, in Face is a publicly traded company now, if I remember right. But yeah, Phase.
14
Only thing I
members
remember
are
from
left.
Phase back in the day, and this is back in the day, is man, you had some different kind of egos and people there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Well, they're left with like 14 people now. Like, well, the content roster, not the what's it called, like the what's it called, esports teams. Like those stay because those aren't phase. Those are like
Yeah,
mostly like Atlanta phase and all that stuff. But like you've got like 14 people left in the content team.
yeah.
So like
So they're like every other company that cuts their people to save
yeah.
the budget and then pay their
Well,
CEO lots of money.
I want to know like like some of those were owners, bro. Like how does that work out? Like
I don't know.
some of them aren't like y'all are owners of the company. But I don't know, man. It's crazy, but nonetheless, yeah, it was a good weekend, man. But I'm glad that we're back to business, bro. Back to business for sure. So let's do this, Brad. With that said, friends, if you have not watched this week's episode of Shogun, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers or you've already seen the episode, go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, man. Let me
Oh,
just go ahead.
oh,
Yeah,
oh, there you go. Sorry,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
spaced it.
yeah. You're very brain fart, huh?
I had a brain fart. It
Yeah.
happens.
Don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay. I forgive you, Brad.
I'm getting texts or WhatsApp or whatever you want to call it on my wrist, and it's like, stop it,
Stop it. Yeah.
stop it,
Stop it. Get some help. No.
stop it, Siri, stop.
Yeah. Yeah. All right,
Turn off.
man. Episode 10, guys. Series finale. A dream of a dream.
This is what we all been building up to.
Yep. In the wake of a tragic death, Blackborn finally considers the true nature of Toranaga's plan. The episode is directed by Frederick Iotoye, and of course, written for the television by Megan Huang and Emily Yoshida. Story is edited by Kaylin Puente and Megan Huang, and of course, staff writer is Emily Yoshida. For the last time, episode stars Hideoki Sanada, Cosmo Jarvis, Anna Sawai, Torinobu Asano, Takehiro Hira, Sami Basto, and Fumi Ikudo, and more. All right, man. Brad, last episode we are kind of I would say that this was the episode where the onion was finally peeled completely. Everything was revealed that we had questions about,
Yeah.
and some people answered for their decisions, and some people did not answer for the decision.
Oh, poor Yabushiki. It
Yeah.
finally came to bite him in the ass. You can only flip flop for so long until it bites you in the ass.
Yeah. With that being said, Brad, what are your initial thoughts on episode 10 of Shogun?
So I'll just say, after watching this episode, I had to sit there for a bit and just kind of, I guess, ruminate on it. Had to think on it. Had to like take it all in, because in this episode, when they suggested Crimson Sky, you were thinking this big like Ron battle, everybody storming the castle and taking over it. And then what Toranaga does is completely the opposite. He sends one woman in there, and her death basically seals his victory. And it's like, if you think about it, it's like part of you kind of wants that Ron action scene.
Yeah.
Originally, when you think, like, when they first tell you Crimson Sky, like, oh, that's gonna be great to fucking watch. It's just all these people just coming in into just a giant battle. But then when you get to episode 10, and it's kind of, Tornaga kind of just says it. He's like, yeah, Mariko's death basically led to my victory. That's and you have to sit there and you have to think about, okay, I'm not getting a big battle scene, but what I am getting is that Tornaga won this without shedding more than one person's blood, and that person being a woman at that. So it just, it's kind of mind blowing in a way the more you think about it, and how this episode ends, and how it's like you could have had this big battle scene, but at the end of the day, you didn't need to. And I think that's what makes this episode really great. Is Tornaga is just very brilliant in how he knew Yabashigi would move, how he knew Blackthorn would move, and basically putting the right people in the right places so he didn't have to lose many people.
I have to say, like, the episode, it works to me. I really enjoyed this episode. I like it, and for it works well. I just you have like these last episodes where I think you were doing some of the best work, and it gets to this ending, and to be fair, Brad, to me, it plays more like an epilogue than an actual like ending.
Oh, I agree. My big issue. So my big issue was at the very beginning. You have old Blackthorn being shown, and basically he's remembering all this before he's dying. That's what that scene is.
Yeah.
With his grandkids in the way, and being, oh, Grandpa was a badass. Look at this sword. It has a big fucking dent in it from when he killed all those savages. And it's like, Blackthorn didn't even get into any fights. Like, he didn't, like, the sword was from probably Yabushigi or Montaro. Just getting pissed off with them. But that kind of, that's the one thing I didn't like on this episode, is at the very beginning you show old Blackthorn, so Blackthorn lives, like, right away. So there's no question on that, and that kind of ruins it to me. Maybe not ruins kind of,
doesn't ruin it. It's just like it sets a certain tone for the rest of the episode that to me like just doesn't work like the rest of this. Like, to me, it doesn't,
like episode 9.
It doesn't work. It just doesn't build upon what we've had in the last couple of episodes.
You're not left with like I mean, you're supposed to get like everything tied up by the end of this, but they kind of do it at the beginning, and you're like, okay, so Blackthorn's alive, so we understand that. But everything else, like, it does play like an epilogue. I mean, because Tornaga basically tells Yabashigi before he kills Yabashigi, basically his whole plan at that point, but he doesn't tell him the future, because I did like that one little piece of dialogue of like, what's the point in telling a dead man?
Yeah. He's like, he's like, you're just gonna end up taking it to the grave. What's the point of it? Like, there's nothing to you.
Why waste time? Why waste time? Time to get this over.
Yeah, so
I got shit to do.
I got shit to do. Yeah. So and I like that ending. I love that Bontaro comes over to finally gives Blackthorn his respect, and he helps him like pull out the ship. Like, I think that's a good way to end it.
Yeah.
I just don't necessarily like think that the way that the episode plays out.
But isn't that a bitch how Toranaga, I just Toranaga's what he had to say about Blackthorn in that, where basically Blackthorn's basically a pet, and that's why he's kept it. He's like, he's entertaining, and all my enemies are focused on him, which allows me to do whatever I want. Where the hell is he going? All right. We have lost our host. Oh, he's back. Host is back.
It's when you tell the dog, like, you can stay in here as long as you chill out.
They don't. There's no chilling a dog.
There's no chilling out. So you have to let him out so they can go back with their other dog friend. So,
But how did you feel about that? That Toranaga kind of his opinion of Blackthorn of like he would have had him dead a long time ago if he didn't make him laugh, and he was using him as bait for his enemies to be pissed off at him, and then he could be allowed to do whatever he wants. Because the minute Tornaga's like, yeah, I burned the boat, and I'm probably going to burn every other boat he builds. I'm just going to keep him fucking doing this.
I like, to an extent, I agree that that's probably how he felt. I don't think his actions have ever shown that that's how he's felt. You know? Like, he did a lot for Blackthorn.
I mean,
to the point where I'm thinking, like, are you serious? Like, all of that was you just
being
trying to fuck with him and entertained by him? Like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, he calls him Hatamoto and then gives him land. Although, I mean, if you're a rich, basically leader of this whole nation, I mean, I guess maybe if you're just bored, that's something to do.
Yeah.
It's like, let me rile up everyone who's pissed off at me anyway, and I'll make him a leader of something, and we'll see how it goes. I could see it.
Yeah. Nonetheless, like, I think this episode it wraps up everything pretty damn good. Like,
yeah,
to me, it doesn't carry what I've been feeling with these last episodes. Where I think like there's really like.
There's no really suspense or action.
Yeah,
it's like the suspense and action ended at episode 9.
Yeah. Also, I do like the stuff with the consort, and she's like, like I kind of want to become a nun, and I'm done with all this, and he's like, yeah, I'll grant you it, like you can leave, I don't care, like
Well, Toranaga.
But
Blackthorn, I love the interaction there with Blackthorn, where Blackthorn, he's just going through it right now, and he needs someone to be by his side, like Mariko, and he's just like, no. And then Fuji's just like, yeah, I'm leaving. Like, like my duty to Toranaga is done. Like, I don't have to be here. It was never about you. It was always about my duty to Toranaga, and now that I've been released from that, I'm going to be a nun. And Blackthorn basically just had to, allow it.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, you're going to be the best nun.
Yep.
You're going to be a nun, be the best nun.
Yeah. But I'm glad that at the end, he was able to at least have that last moment with her.
Yeah.
Because
we didn't get her for the last, we didn't get her for episode 9.
Yeah. We didn't. And, she was
an interesting character.
And I think both of them truly did care about Mariko.
I did like the scene where he takes her out on the water and lets her release her son's and her husband's ashes into the ocean. I thought that was a kind of moving, beautiful scene.
Yeah. So I really appreciate it. I really appreciated that moment, and I think that really worked well for me.
Yeah, because any other series, they would have just written her off and been like, and we don't need to show her or anything. So it was good getting that, because she was an interesting character from the very beginning. So it was good to see, what her story was going to be from there on.
Yeah. But ultimately, and I put this against, my favorite show of the year so far. I put this up against Night Country, and I was just like, I felt more satisfied by the end of True Detective Night Country. And ultimately, I thought this was just a good episode. I just wasn't amazed like I was with the last couple of episodes. Oh, God.
But I agree with you. I think this one's the epilogue. I think Crimson Sky, the last episode, was really where the action ended. Yeah. And that's just because Toranaga was a brilliant strategist and knew how things would play between all the Ishido and the rest of the group. Yeah. He knew how that would play, and he won.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's going to be people who, disagree with me. I know that fucking, that fucking Tony we were talking about, and he goes, I was in from the first episode. He goes, and I was like, he's like, this episode was great. It was amazing. I'm like, okay. And now I'm just kind of like, I know Tony's going to hear this and be like, nah, y'all are fucking wrong.
But I like this episode. I don't like it as much as 9. I've liked the whole season.
Yeah. I like the
That's
whole
the
season
thing.
too.
I mean, and I sit on this one, and I like this episode. Like I think it ends the way the book. It's just there's certain stuff on this I didn't like about it. The one main thing probably is just old Blackthorn being shown
Yeah.
at the very beginning. Like if you wanted to show that at the very end where he takes his last breath or something, cool. We know he finally makes it out of Japan and Toranaga either died or he stopped burning his boats.
Yeah. I think it was dying. I don't think
Yeah.
he would have ever stopped burning the
No, I
boats.
don't think Toranaga would let Blackthorn leave.
Yeah. But nonetheless, like I enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed the series, and I think there was some great stuff in here. I think that there is definitely a future with Sonata has an Emmy in his future. What's it called? This next award season, and Sawai has one locked in for herself too. I think the photography was fantastic. I love the music. I what's it called? Costumes are fantastic. I think that overall the way that this episode plays out to me was just felt very different. It felt different. It just felt, kind of a little underwhelming. I was a little underwhelmed. Just a little underwhelmed. I'll say this episode gets an 8.5 out of 10, and the season itself also gets an eight. A series also gets an 8.5 out of 10. But that with that said, I think that what is it called? Puts it right up, right same score, right? No, well, hold on, 8.25 out of 10, because I think my 8.5 was for Night Country. So with that, yeah, that's that. So Brad, what is your final verdict on the episode and the series overall?
Just like most every episode through this series, I will give this a 9 out of 10 for this episode. I think 9 was a perfect episode. Episode 9, or yeah, episode 9 was perfect, and then 7 and 8 were 9.5 in my opinion. The rest of them were 9s. For that, averaging it out, it'll probably be a 9.25 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10. So yeah, man.
For the
That
series, 9.25.
9.25. Damn straight. Um, where's your rank? Is you like this more than Night Country? Is this
I think I like this one a little bit more than Night Country. Like I like Night Country. Like I appreciate Night Country probably more than a lot of people I've heard online about it.
100%.
But I appreciate the horror aspect in Night Country that the previous seasons didn't have. But for Shōgun, like I really dug Shōgun. I really enjoyed a lot of these scenes, and a lot of these characters were fleshed out, and I think did the book justice. I don't think people are going to argue too much on that. And the fact they're not doing a season 2 with what they've done with this, and they're just like, we ended it where the book ended, and it's like that's good.
There's nothing else for it to cover.
I mean, yeah, that's the way you want to do these series. Is if you have the book, go by the book.
Yeah. So
there's not really room to go around that.
Yep. So the ranking right now, I'll just do 5 because what's it called? I have now 6. So if I were, fuck it. What's it called? The bottom number 6 is Avatar: Last Airbender season 1. Echo at 5. 4 is Invincible season 2. 3 is Ted season 1. 2 is Shōgun, and 1 is True Detective Night Country.
The fact Ted is 3
says a lot.
I mean, it's a good.
I'm not done with Fallout yet.
Yeah,
so
it's a good watch.
It's just yeah. I'm not done with Fallout yet. I would like to watch Expats soon, and yeah. For season 2, we're moving the setting to modern day California. Woo! Imagine that, bro. No.
There is a second book. So this was 1600 when this book. There is a second book, not of the same people or group, set in the 1800s. That follows another story. So my guess is they'll probably go with that. And then he's got another book, I think, set in the Middle East. They might do that.
I think you should do that instead.
So
we don't get a lot of historical Middle Eastern.
Yeah, it's a book called Whirlwind. I actually have that book. I have not read it yet, though.
Yeah.
So if you look up Whirlwind by James Clavell, that'll give you a little more.
James Clavell. Yeah.
Yeah, set in Iran in early 1979. See, that might be one to do.
I think that would be so interesting, Brad. And what's 1971?
1979 is set in Iran in 1979. Yeah. See, and then they have Noble House, which is, I believe, the 1800s.
Yeah. They should do this shit, man. I think they should do it because there's not a lot of Middle Eastern shows like that.
I feel like if you get the same,
at least in American television,
I feel like if you get the same writers who did the series, I think you'd be fine.
Yeah. With that said, though, that concludes our review of Shōgun, and it was so much fun, guys. We love these reviews. We'll be back next week with our season 1 review of Fallout, and we have with that, I think we just have to wait until June, right?
Yeah,
for what's called House of the Dragon.
Yeah, we got a few things. Have we got a date for the Bear yet?
Nope.
Okay, Bear season 3 is supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Brad, I feel like if it was actually coming out in June, I feel like we'd have a trailer by now.
Yeah, you're right. So it's probably coming out fall, December.
I think winter. It probably does. I think it probably is the fall.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty the great lineup that we have right now. We have the House of the Dragon coming up, and we have
I'm excited. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So it's gonna be
because when did House of the Dragon, was that during the COVID years? Was that like 2020 when that 2021?
2021, Brad.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, 2022. 2022.
Okay. So after the COVID years then.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then at some point, Amazon's got to release the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah, for sure. Because at some point that's got to come up. But I'm really excited to see where we continue with this. We have more reviews coming down, but for now that's all we got for Shōgun, and we hope
that's all we'll have for Shōgun.
Yeah, that's all we got.
That's it, guys.
That's it.
Which is fine. Sometimes that's what you have to do. Sometimes there doesn't need to be a season 2, especially if you have nothing to go off of it.
Yeah. Yeah. With that said, we're done with that, guys. So thank you all so much for joining us here. Thank you so much for supporting the reviews. As always, keep up to date with us on nerdcore.com. And I forgot to do the ad again. Twitter at the Nerdcore _, Instagram at the Nerdcore, TikTok at the Nerdcore, Patreon.com/the-Nerdcore. Discord link is in the description below. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, like the video on the audio feed. Make sure you're rating the show 5 stars and you're following us on your favorite podcast app of choice. So remember to keep up to date with us on its own feed. So make sure you're checking us out over there. And as always, just thank you all so much for the support on the episodes. You guys have shown it with the viewership. And we'll continue to bring you some more reviews. Next week, we're doing Fallout on Sunday. And for now, we're just we're kind of done with this, guys. So if there's anything else that we might want to do that kind of fill in those gaps in maybe for June, we'll probably do something. Maybe do X-Men 97. I don't know. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and finish up with that, Brad. Let's go ahead and get him out of here.
Do we want to roll the ad at the end?
Yeah, you know what? I'll do that, Brad.
Yeah, after I go out, let's roll the ad at the end.
And then I'll lead it into the outro, and we're out of here. Yeah.
All right, Roll. Thank you, being the host as always. Thank you to Stacy for joining us in chat today. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, find you someone as loyal as Mariko. Young Yoda out.
Today's episode of the Nerdcore Live Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. Find you a loyal one.